Hey guys, here's your tip video for Open Workout 22.2. It is deadlifts and bar facing burpees, 1, 1, 2, 2, all the way up to 10, 10, and then, lucky for us, we get to go all the way back down, 9, 9, 8, 8, 7, 7, 6, 6, so on, all the way down to 1 and 1 with a 10-minute cap. Couple of points of performance for the deadlifts, and you're set up. There's going to be a line in the middle of your bar, and the bar is going to be set up like Mia, and everybody is going to start at the end of the bar at 3, 2, 1, go, and then proceed to the deadlifts. You'll notice that there's a lot of tape around the gym, and there's lots of cracks on the floor. We're not all professional athletes here, just Freya at 10:45 tomorrow morning. So pick a line up your barbells, 3, 2, 1, go. You're going to come up to your barbell.
Just make sure, guys, that you're not, like some of the lines are close to the posts. So I almost set up right where I was going to hit one. So just make sure that you find a line that you're comfortable with, that your judge has vision to see you. But like Kelsey said, there's like 700 cracks on the ground. So don't worry about a beautiful tape line. It's just to make sure that you know you're perpendicular to the bar.
You don't have to be lined up in front of the rig. There's tons of space at the end of the gym as well. So at 3, 2, 1, go, you'll proceed to the bar, and you will do a nice proper deadlift with your hips back, your back nice and straight, and you'll extend all the way up to the top. 1.
Jump back, hit the deck, get up, get over.
1.
No rep.
No rep. You see that, guys? My foot, I know, right? Hit the bar. At any point in time, if your body touches the bar in the burpee, it's a no rep, and you have to complete the full rep again. You can step up your burpees. You can take off with 1 foot or 2, but both feet need to be in the air to come over the bar, and you can land on 1 foot or 2. The only thing you cannot do is step over the bar, 1 foot down, 1 foot up, right? So
they both gotta go. The common thing you'll see is people will do this, and that's okay. It used to be, had to be 2 and 2. You just can't do like this.
Like a little hippity hop
step. That's the step. Both feet have to be off the ground in the air as you cross over the barbell.
So a couple of different ways to consider your deadlifts. Going to a mixed grip or going to a conventional overhead grip. I recommend hook gripping the bar, but the main thing that we want to see for all these deadlifts is keeping our back nice and straight as we extend, coming all the way up. The most common error or no reps will be 2 things. Lack of extension, right? Shoulders in front of the bar, and bouncing the bar off. That's not a good. Stand all the way up and extend, and come all the way back down. Try and keep that back nice and straight the entire time.
Can you show an almost fully extended deadlift? Like shoulders just drop, right? Good. And you can even almost more like, so this is still bent in the knees. If you straighten it all the way up, so go to a good one. So this is good, like tall's good, and then just roll your shoulders forward, right? Sometimes we see that, that's not quite finished. You shouldn't have this position anyways. Tall, right? There you go. You shouldn't be coming through this position anyways to finish there. Hopefully we're shoulders back already and we're finishing in a better position.
Couple of tips on the burpees, guys. 2 or 3 ways that you can do them. You can either step into the bar, jump over, and then rotate, which I find a little bit awkward. Coming in, I'm far away from the bar. I'm gonna step, step, jump. But it's really hard to do a deadlift from behind your back, so then you've got to turn around. If you're pretty coordinated, a great way is to come down, come up, and rotate in the air. And then you're ready to go for your deadlifts right away, right? The key here, guys, is to keep moving in those slower rounds, and we'll talk a little bit about it, but I want you to see what it looks like. Still a burpee, still moving. This is getting us nowhere in the workout, so as long as your chest hits the ground with either side of your arms on the line, and you're coming up, does not matter how you get there, just matters that you keep moving. Cool?
Yeah, you can drag yourself up there as slowly as you want, suffer and whatever, just keep moving. Right?
Totally.
We'll talk about a little more of the intricacies when we get face to face in a sec here, but yeah. That's the physical part.
Cool, let's do the workout.
I just demoed like 1.5 burpees.
Yeah. It was rough. 10-minute cap, guys, it's really, really tight. Ends up being 100 burpees and 100 deadlifts. It's a lot, yeah. Consider a couple of things here. I didn't do this math, but Nate did, and we figured out right away that when you complete round 7 on the way up, you're just over 25% there. And then you've got to do 8, 9, 10, and partway through, about 4 burpees in, even though numerically it's different, it's easier to do 10 deadlifts are much faster than the burpees. So at about the 4 burpee point in the round of 10, halfway is where you're at time-wise. And then when you're finished the round of 7 on the way down, you're 75% through the workout.
Yeah, you're just past that maybe. It's kind of like maybe the beginning of 7, whatever. But those numbers even aren't going to apply to a lot of us. I got 168 reps. I was a giant baby. It's not that bad, but it is one thing that we don't do a lot of high rep deadlifts, right? So it's not something that's super functional to do that many all the time, but it is what comes up in the open and it's what we're going to have to do. So consider scaling the workout to the scaled weight, which is totally fine. And if you're in the open, pick your own weight. Like pick a number that's going to work for you to safely do 75 to 100 deadlifts, right? Yeah. We're looking to get in that range.
Yeah, considering when we do a burpee, it's a hinging motion, and when we do the deadlift, it's a hinging motion. If you're registered for the CrossFit Open, you have to pick either the 155 or 125 for the females, or the 225, 185 for the males, and that's what you're kind of locked into. But if you're doing the intramural open, or if you're just here to have a great workout, pick something that's a more manageable weight, something where in the middle of a workout, you could do a set of 10 unbroken, if you had to and feel comfortable with it.
Yeah, that being said too, like there's also something to be said for challenging yourself. So we would have said those same things with the dumbbell last week. Pick something that's going to safely be done. But I mean, you could do 12 dumbbell snatches one at a time, 1 every 10 seconds, and get an RX score. So you can RX this workout if you can deadlift 155. And the nice thing is, it's just one of them to start, and then a burpee, and then it's just 2 of them, and then just 3. So if your capacity is such that 50 in a 10-minute period is going to be where you're going to get to, that's okay. You're going to do 1 and then 2 and then 3 and then 4, and you're going to be going at a slightly slower pace anyways. You bang out the burpees, belt up and get ready and do those. So you can challenge yourself with the loading, just knowing we want to make sure that as we showed you in the demo, we see a nice flat back and we're not compromising our back just to get a new score. Everybody's got to go to work on Monday morning, and we don't want to be walking like we're decrepit and broken, right?
Totally. So let's look at 2 different deadlift strategies. If you happen to be a deadlift guru and you love that sort of thing, like this is sort of my wheelhouse, I love the deadlifts. I did them all unbroken. I'm very low to the ground, and this is well below half of my 1 rep max. So consider that. The RX weight is well below half of my 1 rep max. So it's not what would be considered a heavy weight for me. I went completely unbroken, and when I finished the burpees, picked up the bar right away. That is not the strategy for everyone. Consider how much is this deadlift for you? Is it really heavy? You might want to start breaking the reps up early, or taking a couple deep breaths after the burpees before you pick the bar up.
Even like, if the weight is really, really, really heavy for you, there's 2 sides of the coin, right? There's burpees and there's deadlifts. So if you do unbroken deadlifts and then really slow burpees, it might not be faster than for you to do singles on the deadlift even. If it's a heavy, heavy deadlift for you, pull, drop, deep breath, especially if your touch and go isn't the greatest position. And then do fairly quick burpees, right? Catch your breath on the deadlift, knowing that you're taking a breath between every rep, and then get your burpees done quickly, if that's a relatively heavy weight for you. I broke them in halves. Once I got to 6, 3-3, 4-3, 4-4, and so on. I don't think it was beneficial for me in that timing. I thought maybe it'd make me do the burpees faster. The burpees go the speed that they go, right? So if you're good at deadlifts, hang on, get it done. If it's relatively heavy for you, then don't. Do it at a safe position and then push the pace on the burpees.
Absolutely. So now that we're on to the burpees, here's my recommendation. Don't go really, really fast in the 1, 2, 3, 4. Because if you go really fast in the 1, 2, 3, 4, that 5th round feels bad. And you're like, wow, I'm doing awesome. I'm a minute and a half in, and then all of a sudden you hit this wall. So if you're a burpee ninja, you want to take a breath and you want to slow down just a little bit, even if you feel like the deadlift weight is light for you and you're going to fly through the whole thing. Pick a manageable, smooth pace right out of the gate because it comes and sneaks up on you pretty quickly.
If you are someone who's going to be getting into the back half of this workout, the 9, the 8, the 9, the 10, the 9, the 8 are like not super enjoyable.
Yeah, it's pretty tough to keep moving in that middle portion, and it'll be harder if you sprint the first little bit. It would be like doing an echo sprint for 15 seconds and then trying to do a bunch of burpees. It's just not going to feel really enjoyable. So pick a manageable pace and find a burpee rhythm that works for you. So when you warm up tomorrow, think about your footfall and your steps and how you're going to pivot and turn and pick up the bar in your warm-ups, and find a rhythm that's going to work and keep you going at a great pace.
Prior planning prevents poor performance.
Truth.
So have a plan and execute the plan.
If you have any questions, hit us up underneath and we'll answer them in any way that we can. And if you want any advice on weights to choose or anything like that, go ahead and we would love to help you out with that. Crush this workout and let's have a great day.
Right on. Good job,
Wod Wizards.
Filthy animals.